Hello, it's Kate from Inkstampshare.ink, and I've got a project to show you today using these little Brusho crystal colours. They're fabulous. Absolutely love these. We now stock these in our spring-summer catalogue. New introduction to Stampin' Up are these little pigment powders. And in our box that Stampin' Up supply, you get 5 of the colours. We've got Prussian blue, brilliant red. We've got a yellow, which has like orange tones in it as well. We've got the gamboge, which is a beautiful deep orange, and then we've got the moss green, which has got different colours in it as well. When you sprinkle that out and add water, you can see purples and blues too. What I'm going to be using with, as you can see from my scrap grid paper, is the brilliant red and the Prussian blue. We're going to be using that today to make our cards, so I'll put the rest of them out of the way. I'll show you the cards we're going to be making. We're going to use the Epic Celebration stamp set, and I'm going to be using this lovely guitar image from it. Absolutely love this set. It's perfect for everyone really, not just teenagers, but any music lover, all sorts. This one is free Celebration stamp set, so if you spend over £45 in either the big annual catalogue or the spring-summer catalogue, you can get this one for free, or you could choose a different one. And this is the cards we're going to make. Love it, absolutely love it. It's really colour grungy looking, so I'll show you how we've done it. Right, I've got a piece of card and I'm going to show you how to use these Brushos. Now, I'm sure lots and lots of you have a lot of experience using them. I'm brand new to them, but I love it. I am covered in ink permanently. I can't put them down. As you can see, I'm making a real mess, but hey ho, it's great. So there is a seal on each of these, and I've been told never to undo these, but to just use a paper piercer, make one hole in the top and keep it sealed with a pin. It's a pure pigment colour and a little bit goes a very long way. So it's a powder, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of the blue, and I want my background to be more blue than red, so I've got some blue on there, and I'm just going to put a tiny bit of red. Strategic shaking, if you like. Yeah, let's seal that one back up. Now, the paper I'm using, it's not watercolour paper, so it doesn't absorb a lot of water. It's just our regular Whisper White. I think the shimmery, well, I know the shimmery Whisper White would take a lot more water, so that might be useful as well. But I'm just using the plain Whisper White, and I've got a water sprayer. We stock these too, and it's just a fine mister spray, and you just fill the chamber with water. And then we can spray it, and I'll show you what happens when you spray it. Get all this amazing colour. I mean, you can spray it and it goes everywhere, so just make sure you protect yourself and your surface when you're doing that. And you end up with this amazing background. It will warp quite a bit, as I say. It's not watercolour paper and it doesn't take a lot of water. So how beautiful is that? It's gorgeous. And every time you do it, obviously each one's going to be completely different. So I'll put that one to the side to dry for now. And I do have one that I've done earlier that's dry. But in the meantime, I'm going to just do a bit of stamping on my scrap paper here. And I've got some black magenta ink because I'm going to be using, to colour in my guitars, I'm going to be using the Stampin' Blends, the new alcohol markers. And because they're alcohol markers, the best ink to use with them is the tuxedo or the magenta ink. So I've got the guitar all on my block, and I'm just going to ink it up. And I'm going to stamp out 2 on some scrap pieces of Whisper White. So I've got one. It'll be useful if I use the right size block, eh? Never mind, there's one. And here's another piece of scrap I was just using for another project. Here we go. If you have any music lovers in your house, this would be perfect for them, wouldn't it? Especially with the little headphones in the set as well. There we go, so that's 2 guitars. Okay, let's pop that out of the way. Now I will show you how I use the blends to colour in. Everyone has their own opinion on what works for them with alcohol markers, but I'll show you the way I find it useful. Each shade comes in a dark and a light, and I find it easy for me to start off with the dark to pick out the definition. It has a brush tip end and a bullet point end, and I like mostly to use the bullet point end. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the dark, and I'm just going to do my shading. It's not a very big image, you don't really have to be very exact. I'm just going to go around like so, and probably around there for my blue guitar. There we are. I'll do the top as well, do the neck. Not the neck, the top, the hat, you know, this bit. Okay, so that's that one. And this one, the light, this is where I just shade it in. And it's a very quick job. And when we have put the guitars on the card, I'll show you how I make them shiny. Really simple trick. Just blend in so there's no harsh lines. Right, okay, that's that. And then I've got the dark and the light in the smoky slate, which is the grey colour. I'm going to go through these little bits with the grey here. Don't need to be able to colour particularly well to use these, to be honest. Anybody can do it. If I can, anyone can. There we go. That's that one. And then do the same with the red guitar. I've got the cherry cobbler red one. So I'll go around with the dark cherry cobbler. I think it's just me. I tend to make this funny squeaking sound with the pens. I don't press hard. I don't know why. There we are. Let's just do the neck, top, whatever you like. And then we'll go around with the lighter cherry cobbler and do the same as I did with the blue one. Sorry if the lighting's a bit bad. I am filming and it's dark outside. I normally have a lot of natural light coming through the window behind me, but it gets dark so early at the moment. I haven't got, well, it's in the dark, so I haven't got any light. I'm just looking forward to the spring. Get a lot more light. There we are. So that's that. And then I'll just do the same with the grey. So you see, it's not a very big picture. It doesn't take long to colour in. I can see me hanging onto this stamp set for a long time. I love the Converse image in it as well. Really fab. Right. So that's that. Not difficult, is it? If I can do it, yeah. Right, let's move the pens because we're finished with those. I'm finished with the Memento for now. And I just need to cut them out. So it's generally a little bit of fussy cutting. But you know what? It's a very simple shape. So it doesn't take a lot. As long as your scissors are nice and sharp, it's not a difficult job. Nobody likes really hard fussy cutting, but this is easy. And where you can see the guitar's image is like a line drawing, I'm just cutting around it. Like that. Nearly there. It's quite therapeutic though. And then this side. Now where these bits are at the top, I'm just going to cut it off really. Cut it a bit closer to the line so that you don't have to go through where the pegs are, but you can still see them anyway. And I think it looks fine. So this is one. One guitar. There we are, it's done. One guitar's done. Just quickly do the other one. It's very nice to have a nice teenage image though, isn't it? Something really contemporary. If that's the word, right, okay. There we go. Sorry if this is a bit boring. Nearly done. Maybe I should have done this before, but I wanted to really show you how easy it was and how simple it was to make this card. This is most of the work done. Last bit, you'll be pleased to know. Fast forward through the colouring in, the cutting out, I mean. There we go. If you're still with me, we're done. The other thing, tip I have is if you've got any edges where you can see a little bit of the white cardstock, just go around it with the edge of your pen, your grey or black pen, and it'll just take that white stark edge away. Make it look really finished. Just looks nice, I think. So that's that done. And we can bring back in our piece of paper, cardstock. Feels more like paper now, it's wet. Okay, so my card base is a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. It's A4, cut in half and scored in half. All my measurements will be on my blog, so you don't have to write any of them down. And I'm going to work out which way up I want my background. I think I'll have it this way. I'm going to use wet liquid multi-purpose glue to glue it down with. I think this will be better to stop it buckling. Like so. I'll pop that on. Just like that. And give it a good press down. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to put my guitars on straight away, and I'm going to use these tiny little mini dimensionals that Stampin' Up have got to go on the back of my card. So you can see where the blends leak through, that's fine, that's completely normal when you're using them, but just bear in mind to protect your table or whatever it is you're working on. A couple of those in half for the very top. Stick it on the card. Oops, a daisy. Like that. And then some on this one. Just the other half of that one. We're nearly there. Oh, getting covered in dimensionals today. I think I'm going to stick it at a bit of an angle like that. Now, what I did for my little sentiment panel was I cut one of these, a square out with one of these stitch-shaped framelit dies. Love these. You see me using them probably too much, but I love them. They've got a little stitch reliever on the outside. Can you see? Really pretty. So I've cut mine out ready, and I'm going to stamp on that, and I've put Whatever have I done with it? Here it is. Here's to an epic celebration. And I'm going to do that in the Night of Navy ink that matches. So it matches the pens, and it kind of matches the blue too. Here's to an epic celebration. Let's hope I can stamp it straight, because normally I would stamp and then cut, but for the sake of the video I wanted it ready. Right, here we go. Let's get my head in it. That's not bad. I think that will do. Okay, I'll put that on. Now I thought, just to make it a little bit more, so this doesn't look too stark contrast, too white, I thought I would use my aqua painter and just pick up some of that ink from the ink pad itself. Let me show you this. Just pick up some of that. You see what I'm doing? And I'm going to flick it at my... Oh, crumbs, that didn't flick, did it? But that's the... Let's try again. I think I banged it on the table when I did it before. You can just about see it. Without it. There, that's more. That's what I was trying to achieve. That's better. And then I'm going to wipe it on the kitchen roll, and you just push the water through and clean it so it's running clear. And I'm going to do the same with some real red. I want a tiny amount of real red just to show itself. Just pick up some off the ink pad, and there we are. That's about all I need. Okay. Move that out of the way. I need to put this up on some dimensionals too and pop it on the front. I'm nearly done. So you can find all the dimensions for this over on my blog at inkstampshare.ink. You can find all the products in my shop there as well. You can find all my other YouTube videos in my blogs there too. You can see the catalogue links, so you can browse those. You can have a look at Celebration, see if there's any freebies you might like. And there's a contact form, so if you want to contact me, please do. I'll be happy to help. Right, okay, so that's done. Now, one more quick tip. I'm going to show you exactly how I made these guitars nice and shiny. I have got this fine tip glue pen by Stampin' Up. I love this, but this is what I use it for most of the time, rather than glue. I make things shiny. So I'm just going to flood the image with it. And in about an hour, it'll be dry. But it does take about an hour to dry properly. So this is why I have stuck it to the card before I've done it. Because for the purpose of the video, if I had made it shiny and then picked it up, I would have probably stuck my finger right in the middle of it. So I thought this was a safer bet. But you could actually do yours in advance. Leave them off to the side. And then when they were dry, you could put them on the card if you prefer. Although I don't see really much of a benefit because it's got a really good tip on the end for aiming. So, you know, I'll do this bit as well. And then the blue one. And then when it's dry, it's just clear and shiny, so you've got a nice shiny guitar. I hope you like them. Nearly there. You get the general idea, don't you? You could do it for anything, any image. And it does dry clear and quite fast. Oops. There we are. That was the quickest job ever. Okay, so we are there. I think we're there. There might be a bit around the bottom that I've missed, but you know, there you go. So this glue is great. It's got a little pointer in the top, so you pop it in and it can't ever get bunged up. So that's good. That's done. Okay. Now I have got a piece to go inside my card, and inside my card I'm going to put "You Are Awesome" because that's the other stamp in there. Love it. You could put happy birthday on the card. You could put anything you like, any stamp that you've got that you like. I'm just looking for my blue ink pad, which I had in my hand a second ago. Can you see it? Am I going mad? Yes, there it is. Yes, never mind. Right. And I put You're Awesome in the middle. Like so. Perfect. And then I'm just going to glue that one down. And then I think I better have a clean up. As I say, these brushes are amazing. Lovely. And I'll be using them quite a lot, I can see that. Okay. So I'm going to put this inside. You're awesome. Oh, I've got a blue, I could put a thumbprint on my card, but all is not lost. There's this really cute spots in there. I'm going to use them to cover up my mistake. Because I actually did in this one. I did it there in the red. So maybe I should use red. Let's use the red one. Otherwise it'll just look all blue. You can always cover up a mistake, can't you? I hope that I've left enough room for somebody to write a message on there. But there we go. You're awesome. I like that. Here's to an epic celebration with the lovely shiny guitars and the Brusho background. Hope you like them. They're so much fun to do. It's so much fun to make, and I'm sure there's lots of people who play guitar who like a card like that. So do have a look on my blog. Oh, there's one more thing I've forgotten. There always is. This tiny little star here I thought was perfect for there, and these little clear kind of epoxy shapes. And I'm just going to pop one on there as well. There you go, finishing touch. Anyway, don't forget to have a look at my blog at inkstampshare.ink, and if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And thanks for stopping by.